This video is sponsored by you and by Lonely Pillow again. Links to support the channel are in the description. Objectively speaking, duelist defenders are still very much the worst archetype. However, they aren't my least favorite. For how irredeemably dogshit they are, they at the very least belong in Arknights. Primal casters, on the other hand, are the bane of my fucking existence. Hello there, Arknights' most hated YouTuber here, once again recovering from a fever that has been beating my ass for the past week. This is why I sound like this. This video was supposed to be out at least 5 days ago, and by virtue of God deciding I need to go fuck myself, I am sure I lost like 80% of the views I would have gotten otherwise if I posted this video closer to Nymph's release, so please God share this around. Well, okay then, Italian with the funny, albeit slightly hoarse voice. Why is that? Well, first of all, don't call me a horse. And second of all, thank you for asking, 2DP boy. You always pay attention to what I say. Let's begin with a simple statement. Arknights is not a team game. Yeah, I know this sounds absolutely bonkers, put it like that, but let me explain. While in Arknights team composition is very important, team synergy is not. Your team needs to be coordinated to face whatever bullshit Lowlight decided to put in the stage. But if you look at the units themselves, they are all independent beings doing their own thing that contributes to the common goal of clearing the stage. This is very different from games like Star Rail or Zenless Zone Zero, where team synergy is prioritized, and units are designed to function in tandem. Aglaia is f***ing worthless without Sunday, Acheron needs Jiaoqiu, and in the same way those supports need a dedicated DPS to work with. Zenless Zone Zero takes this even further beyond by outright locking certain parts of the agent's kits behind having a team member of a certain faction, attribute or specialty. Arknights does not work like that. Even units that implicitly rely on other operators, like buffers or debuffers, like Saria skill 3 or Warfarin skill 2, function with a broad variety of them, to the point they synergize with damn near every operator that deals damage. Now, what happens if in this game, 5 years after launch, you suddenly hit a whippet and decide to add an archetype extremely reliant on one other specific unit to function? You get Primal casters. Let's take Blazealter. This video is mostly about Blazealter. But before that, I'm tryna sell you shit. Friend of the channel, Lonely Pillow, is sponsoring again. This is a Dakimakura site for all your anime girl hugging needs. And with a name like that, you can be certain these guys know their audience. They now offer a bridal wishadel NSFW pillow, and when I asked for an IRL picture of it, I was, of course, sent the Futa variant with a giant cock. They also have a Skadi Alter pillow with a monster Futa variant. I can't show it on screen, but imagine it's like two f***ed up purple reddish tentacles coming out of her lady place and they're all kinda sloshing around. There is now a mix and match feature as well, where you can take 2 covers from any pillow on the site and polymerization them to fit your tastes. though you need to email the owners through the contact form to specify which drawings you'd like on the two sides. Some drawings, like the Whizlash pillow, also have horsecock variants. I don't know what you'd do with it, but this is their best-selling pillow, so I'm just gonna shut my f***ing mouth. Some other new arrivals include Rapi, New Jersey, Hasumi, and Fenian Life and Luna and Freya in 2 Wombo Combo pillowcases. Use the promo code MostHatedAKTuber to get a 10% discount on everything, including the wall scrolls. Yeah, this site has wall scrolls, I didn't mention that. And also a suture pillow in the partners section, I also didn't mention that. You can find links to the site in the description and pinned comment, though it's a link tree, cause last time I got a strike for linking it directly. Anyway, I'm back in post-nut clarity now. What were we talking about? Blaze Alter. While far from the worst archetype in terms of raw performance, Primal casters are the only one that I'd argue fundamentally doesn't fit in Arknights. With you pushing her wheelchair around, Blaze Alter is able to kill H74 Patriot in 6 seconds. That is insane. Compared to other year 5 and 6 DPS operators, she outperforms them 2 or 3 times over, and that's including Wishadel. So what's the problem? Let me introduce you to what I like to call the triad of Arknights' power: comfort, speed, and damage. They're pretty self-explanatory. Comfort is how easy the operator is to use, speed is how fast they get their job done, and damage is their damage. Of course, this triad is only applicable to DPS operators. Healers don't care about damage most of the time, tanks don't care about speed, and so on. Now, the Venn diagram of comfort, speed, and damage is very close to a circle. If an operator kills shit fast, chances are they deal a lot of damage and are comfortable to use. If they deal a lot of damage, they're often comfy and kill enemies quickly. If they are comfy, it's probably because they clean up the stage fast and efficiently. However, it is not a circle, and Blaze Alter demonstrates it perfectly. Her DPS is beyond anything we've ever seen, and by consequence, she also vaporizes enemies really fast. But she's a chore to set up, both in the stages and from a wider player rolling the gacha perspective. As much as some of you won't like hearing it, comfort is by far the most important factor of the three. There is a reason that any mildly difficult event that forces you to pay attention, like Hortus de Escapismo, is widely disliked, and why nobody uses Magellan and Meyer, despite them being able to solo or duo most stages in the game. Blaze Alter's skill tree has an SP cost of 30, which is pretty good actually, but use skill tree has a cost of 55, meaning that beyond the first activation, Blaze Alter's skill tree effectively will also have an SP cost of 55, as you need to coordinate the skill activations. But that's not her biggest flaw. The real issue is that out of 358 operators in this entire game, she asks one specific f***ing guy out of you, and he's a limited. While there are types of skills that rely on others, like buffing skills that need a buffing target, or a debuff skill that needs someone to take advantage of that debuff, those skills function in Arknights because they synergize with any operator that deals damage to some extent. Blaze Alter asks you, and yes, on release they are in the same banner, but what happens if Blaze Alter shows up as an off banner when you is already gone? Then f you, that's what. Blaze Alter will also become disastrous to see in standard and joint banners, because she becomes something to avoid like the plague. If you don't have you, that's effectively a dead 6-star in your account. Before, Hypergriff not being able to design a good 5-star for the life of them was just kinda funny, but for Primal casters it's an active problem, since they are unable to rely on more accessible elemental supports. Pairing Blaze Alter with bobbing Viviana or Ifrit makes her underperform drastically. It's like pairing an RTX 4090 with a f***ing Intel Core i3. This leaves you, the poor bastard playing this game, having to chase after limited 6 stars. Or be shackled to the support system, I guess, though I don't think I have to explain why that's uncomfortable. By the way, this would still be an issue if you wasn't limited. Getting any 6-star is very easy in Arknights, but getting a specific 6-star is really difficult. Even if Nymph Alter, looking us over here, wasn't limited, you'd still be relying on shops, paid selectors, or random standard banners with shitty rate up rates. But okay, let's say you are willing to do all of it. You are willing to jump through every hoop because your cock points to Blaze like a compass. Then you'd encounter the second major problem with Primal casters. If we are conceding that one squad slot will be used for a buffer, why not use anyone else with a buffer? If you're gonna use 2 squad slots either way, why not Wishadel with Suzuran, or Ray with Warfarin, or Moinar with Ak? This problem is amplified even further by the fact that while Primal casters are reliant on elemental supports, the elemental supports are not reliant on Primal casters. Which means, going back to that why not use anyone else, we can also include you as one of those buffers. You with Lapland Alter or Golden Glow or Reed Alter offers unique advantages no other combo in the game can, while you with Blades Alter is just the same old boss killing any other boss killer can achieve, albeit much slower. Hello, SUPAH from the future here. I've made a discovery while editing. Turns out Ray plus Warfarin straight up just kills shit faster. So Blaze Alter's singular selling point, that with you she kills bosses faster than anyone else, isn't even true, because Ray and Warf do it faster anyway. I've heard people justify this by saying that's the point of the class. And you know what? That's a correct statement. Nothing I've outlined so far came about by accident. It's all very intentional design choices. However, something being the point does not make it a good point. Okay, Blaze Alter skill 3 is meant to be shit without you. It's still shit. The thing is that after 5 years of building the game, its systems and its meta around a certain way of team building, you can't just suddenly pivot in year 6. It's like Hypergriff saw what Hoyoverse is doing with Zenless Zone Zero and more recently Star Rail, noticed how that improves sales and tried doing it in Arknights as well. But it's way too late now, the game just isn't built for this. Which, you know, kinda makes me scared for Enfield. Anyway, welcome to part 2 of the video. Why Nymph, unlike Blades, is not on Fraud Watch, and why Blaze Alter skills 1 and 2 don't save her. Nymph can exist as her own unit, separate from Arturia thanks to her skill 2. And personally, if we are dead set on the idea that Primal casters should exist, I think this is how you should design them. You should give them a skill that relies on external support, and a skill that gives them a unique role to fulfill on their own. Without Arturia, Nymph has an incredibly strong permastall, a unique niche that is exclusive to her and very powerful. The stall is so good that it is actually on par with that blue chameleon fuck. But then, with Arturia, you also get access to a very powerful DPS option. Of course, it f***ing sucks that her skill 3 is quite literally unusable without Arturia. But again, if we insist that these guys have to exist apparently, Nymph is how you do it. Blaze Alter, on the other hand, offers nothing unique to her. You can argue she has talent too, making her literally immortal, since when she dies she simply becomes disabled for a little while. However, I will argue that you could simply deploy your operators so that they don't die in the first place. Blaze Alter talent 2 falls in the same trap that every other revive effect in every other video game also falls into. It's a safety net for a situation you shouldn't be getting yourself in the first place. So, if you are playing well, effectively Blaze doesn't have this talent. I would say that being able to apply Burn Burst, or in other words, a burst of what is essentially true damage, would be unique enough to justify pulling her. If she actually applied it. Skill 1 and 2 can't apply Burn proc for the f***ing life of them, and no, they patched the Ines exploit, don't mention it. This means that her Burn Burst is very unreliable. Skill 2 itself deals pathetic burn elemental damage and relies on the DOT from the burn tiles. This means you need one of 3 things for it to work. 1. A very slow or straight up not moving enemy. 2. A stage where enemies loop around a lot, like in the showcase from the official stream. Or 3. Someone to block the enemy for her. Though, don't get me wrong, the fact Blaze Alter relies on others even with skill 1 and 2 isn't the point here. The point is that she offers nothing unique to her to justify getting her, unlike Nymph. You truly have no reason to use her compared to other casters, who do her exact same job, but a lot more comfortably. And that's all, max out your Gummy, my f***ing throat hurts, bye. Thank you for watching, thank you for seeing the outro, thank you for dealing with my fevered voice, and thank you to the members and Patreons on screen now. In particular, Mr. Lair, Good Old Leon, Zilot, Joseph D, Bubba OB, Matthew Nemo, Zephyrinix, The Crazy Lord, Nuppo, Lord Takeo, Nemotic, Nerd Rage, Andre Mulla, Michael Guerra, Nuta Koyati, Kevin McGuire, Jigster, and Chromechan but JJF. Now I'm gonna go rest my voice.